Senator Rulli, what's going on,
See,
Bob?
man, I haven't seen you forever.
I know. Can we get a comment on our friend Mike Peppel?
Sure.
Of defrauding the East Palestine victims.
Yeah, have you called him? Because I know you got him in. I got him in your cell phone.
Yeah, no, he's not in my cell phone.
Well, come on, man. We used to go down to the bar down there.
Main bar, yeah. We were drinking,
I was
buddies.
there a couple times with you.
I saw him actually a couple days before the news broke.
Well, I think he's looking pretty good because there was no money in his routing numbers. He never signed any of the papers, so he was our front man, right?
Is that the word?
Yeah.
Is that, well, why is he getting sued?
Because I asked him, and he says, "How come you haven't called him?"
Oh, well, I don't have his number.
Yeah, you have his number.
If I do not have his number.
You give me his number, and I'll get it to you. You can do a personal interview. I think he would love to do that.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because
I think he'd love to do that with you.
So like
you're Dylan, right?
What's that?
Dylan?
Dylan. Yeah, they call me Dylan. DJ Burns. Donald. Donald's the name, but you can call me Dylan.
No, right on, man. I know you're a feisty one. I
don't know if feisty, but so like, do you ever work like? Because he left on the day of the accident, right? From your office.
No, he had already gone.
I mean, he was your aide for about 4 years, right?
Oh yeah.
And then he left on the day of the derailment.
He went for lobbying.
Yeah, and then so like. Because I mean, I've talked to Mike Wojcik about it, and it's like, I don't know, like it seems.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. When you look at money has only moved around in routing numbers, and if there's no routing number with any problem with him, then how is there even an issue? If someone's a front man, I know you because I see you online and you bring it up and stuff like that. But if you do your work, because you're a journalist, right? Well, what are you then? You got to explain. I mean, if you're going to come in my personal space, which I admire because I think you have a lot of passion and a lot of, but so you need to do your job and you need to look. And if he has no routing numbers with no money, then how is there a problem?
But if there were no problem, why is he giving that money back and why is he being sued by them?
I don't know the procedures because it's still ongoing, or is it closed? I mean, you tell me.
Well, it's still ongoing. So he got sued, right? And then there's a conference and he had to basically give it all up.
Okay.
He has to return that money, but the process.
But he hasn't had any money in him. So your people need to know something. If there's no routing number with any money going in his account, then what the hell's going on? You need to find that out because you pretend to be a journalist.
Well, why? So why is he still getting sued then? So you think Dave?
You tell me. That's what your job is. That's all my job.
So you don't think Dave? So you think Dave Yost has got it wrong then?
I'm not going to comment on that case. That's an open case still, or is it closed? Now, if it's closed, you and I are going to have a nice conversation. If it's open, then
it's as far as I know, it's open.
You got to let me know.
Okay. So do you have any comment on your longtime?
The only comment I know is
so you're standing by him.
All I'm saying is if he didn't take any money and he has no money in his routing numbers, then there is no issue.
Okay, but then why?
How do you get around that? You can't get around that fact. I can't leave that fact. If he hasn't had any money given to him, that's the end of the fact as far as I'm concerned.
But then he wouldn't have been, like, if there was nothing wrong.
Well, if you're a front man, they're going to go after the front man because that's the easy pickings.
I mean, it's
a C4. Do you know what a C4 is? You don't know what a C4 is, do you? Do you know what a C4 is? What is it?
I mean, it's a nonprofit, right?
That's right.
So.
That's right.
So, but I mean, the problem was going to be.
So if he's a front man for a C4 and he hasn't had any money, he's a front man. But he's a spokesman.
He's a spokesman. So, I mean, wouldn't he automatically just flip on the people who were involved?
I don't know. I can't speak for him.
I'm
not him. I'm my own person. I'm not him.
I mean, you seem pretty.
Well, he worked for me. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, he was a hell of a drinking partner.
Your friend, yeah, from what I hear. And
he was a hell of a drinking partner.
The only reason why I'm saying is, you got a little camera going on. You need to ask him directly. I'm a little disappointed that you haven't, because I see your little post. I want to get really. Why don't you call him? Why don't you call him, man?
Brother. I don't.
Yeah, I remember you. You're a pretty passionate, lively person. You're not a dead person.
I honestly don't have his number. I'll call him.
I'll get you his number.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're standing by, like, you don't feel that he did.
I know he didn't take any money, so there's.
Well, he had to give it back. I mean, there was. What was it?
No.
It was raised.
No.
They raised
you got your facts wrong.
Your facts wrong. So tell me what's wrong about this.
I think they have an escrow account until it's completely shut down.
They raised $130,000.
I don't know what they raised.
So it's about $130,000, and then it was going to be $100,000 was going to be spent on, like, administration fees, and, like he said, it was, for the text messaging to raise that. I mean, for a C4 nonprofit. It's pretty outrageous. You know what I mean? And then he wasn't even going to give the food bank 10.
If he hasn't had any money given to him, then why do you keep talking about him instead of the C4 in Washington? There's a C4 in Washington that put that together. Do you know what a C4 is, though?
The nonprofit.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So if he's a spokesman for a C4 and there's no money given to him, I don't understand I mean, I think you're looking in the wrong places.
Okay. So
that's why you need to call him. He's seen you. He sees your stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone in the State House sees your stuff.
I was a fan of him. I mean, it's just defrauding. I mean, East Palestine. East Palestine. I mean, you represent. I mean, that's like.
I've been there 30 times. I do everything for it. I'm the guy that got Norfolk to pay for there's a discrepancy in your property values. You want to talk about East Palestine? We'll talk right now about it.
Yeah.
So Blakeman did an appraisal of all the different property values in East Palestine back in October. Now, there's a difference where your property value was when your property value is. Norfolk Southern agreed to pay that difference. I'm the guy that told you not to drink the water. I'm the guy that said let's do more testing. I'm the guy that said let's do molecule testing. No one's going to educate me on East Palestine. You go to East Palestine, you ask.
So you're also the guy with the longtime aide that got
no money. That got no money though, dude. Once again,
because I mean he got caught. Because he got caught. What do you think?
Whoa.
Because they got caught. Like that's why there's like he didn't get the money. Like what were they going to do with that 130? That you think like it was $100,000 that was going to go back into the organization, but that wasn't going to go to East Palestine people.
He was never going to do anything but be a spokesman. But you got to ask him. Why are you asking me?
I mean, you were just the aide, and I also want to talk. I also want
people in my office. I mean. So if I work next to you, then I'm going to be responsible for. You're going to be responsible for everything I did my rest of my life.
Well,
I just think you're being a little lazy, dude. I got to be honest with you.
That's fine.
I see you all over the place, and I see you think. I think you go for a quick headline, and I don't think you do enough work.
That's fine. Well, I mean, that's why I'm up here talking.
I bet you anything, because I think
he
has your cell phone.
You guys weren't coworkers.
How's he have your cell phone and you don't have his cell phone?
I mean, you can go back. You can go look at it right now.
Pull it up and see if you got it on the call. Let me record this too, because you like to record. I like to record.
That's fine.
Hey, where's your LA?
I do have,
Yeah, I thought you did.
Yeah,
so you got it right there.
I'll call him.
How come you don't get your LA Lakers hat on, man? That's Cleveland Cavaliers house.
Oh yeah, the Lakers.
You got your Lakers. I watch. Yeah. I listen. I didn't know. First of all, I like your movie that they did about you and Jenna Powell. Quality stuff.
Yeah.
I think you're an interesting guy. I'm not one of these guys that run away, dude. I'm right here with you right now.
All right. So I do have Mike's number.
So you got to call him, man. You have his number.
I will, but you're the guy that hired him, right?
Listen, you know who I'm responsible.
And what I would assume,
I'm responsible for
if he's smart, he wouldn't talk to me, right?
Well, he worked for Bill Johnson. You're talking to Bill Johnson. He worked for McKinley. He worked for other people too, dude. Come on, you're just looking for a lazy headline.
No, not at all.
You had his phone number.
Not at all.
Dude, you had his phone number. You just showed it to me.
I did. I do have it. So I'll give him a call. But he's not going to talk.
I think you're interesting, but I'm going to be a straight shooter with you. I'm not going to play games. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But
come on. If he didn't take any money, didn't get anything wired to him, then I don't know.
So you're staying by him, because I mean you presented him as coworkers, but I mean you hired him. Yeah. You were working with him for a long time.
He was great LA.
Yeah.
He was great. Got a lot of work done for my district.
Well known up here.
Yeah.
And you don't think there's just nothing wrong, like that doesn't raise any red flags with you?
Well, wait a minute. In our town, we got United Way. We got all kinds of different profit organizations that have spokesmen. It's actually a career where you could be a spokesman. So you're going to crucify a guy on a cross for being a spokesman instead of winning and say, wait a minute. Now, did you look at all the investigation with the Attorney General? They know he didn't get any money. If he didn't get any money, how do you keep going with this, dude? It's weird.
I mean, he gave it back. I mean, he
didn't give nothing back.
I mean,
they asked for money in escrow. From what I read, that's different than giving money back. You got to watch your words, because you're talking legal stuff here, my friend. No?
I mean,
where were we at here?
No, I mean, they said
where were we at here?
No, so they gave it all back. We can pull it up right now.
How could Michael give money back if he didn't have money?
Well, that's a good question.
That's right. You need to do more work. You need to call him. You had his number.
He's not
going
to.
You told.
I'll call him.
Oh yeah, he's going to answer. You told me the whole time.
But he won't. But he's not going to talk to me.
Well, why wouldn't he?
I mean, no lawyer, if it's an active investigation, you don't talk to journalists.
Why don't you just wait until the investigation's over?
I'm going to. That's what I'm doing.
And then have him sit down with him.
That's what I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Accused running into. He sees justice. Right here. Lawsuit filed, I felt ongoing. since the derailment, Pebble, upon seeing the post from second, denying he was indicating to me, yeah, the guy running the food bank called him a total scoundrel. Said he should go to prison for that. Because I mean, how
come the guy from the food bank makes $98,000 a year? Where's your homework, man? How come you're being lazy about that?
So now the food bank guy's a scumbag?
No, First Harvest has. I found this out because I didn't know about all this. I thought it was just they have a payroll of $980.
This is good content. I'm gonna have to get you on camera again.
$900,000 is their payroll.
Okay.
I got three food banks in Youngstown, and 2 of them don't have any payroll. So if he's going to be saying things like that, you got to slow down here.
Okay. Well,
I think everyone. Listen to me. I think everyone jumped the gun a little bit, don't you think? Especially if you don't know what a C4 is, and I don't think you really do.
This is the third time you brought C4. It's a nonprofit. I mean, I'm not a tax lawyer. I'm a concerned citizen up here. So that's right. So what? That's the third time you tried to say I don't know that.
Do you know what a list is with the C4? Let me ask you something.
All right. Well, here's the question.
So do you know what a C4 is?
Let me read this quote to you. And this is from an expert, financial expert. A typical charity spends 75% of its budget on programs, according to Charity Navigator, Goldberg said. So in the case of the gentleman who is raising money, and he's saying that 75% of the money is going towards data and other fees,
Michael just presented checks out.
Is completely out of whack with what the standards are.
Did you do your homework? Michael presented checks. So what's that mean? When you do that, that means you're a spokesman, Dylan. Dylan, you haven't done your work. What do you want me to call you, Rooster? I don't even know what I'm supposed to call you, dude.
Rooster's fine.
I'm glad you ain't wearing that LA Lakers hat, man.
Hey, the Lake. I was born